I've been reflecting on the relationship between big and small, and I'm beginning to see that these concepts are not absolute. Size is about proximity, perspective, and comparison. When I gaze into the universe at galaxies bending light and gravity weaving stars over eons, I initially feel small, but then I realize that small is merely a perspective. When I look inward, I find the same vastness within me. There are entire worlds inside of me, cells, mitochondria, impulses, memories, emotions, and ideas, all collaborating to create what I call me. From their viewpoint, I'm the universe, the sky, the environment they inhabit. So, who's to say I am insignificant? These patterns are present at every scale. Galaxies cluster like neural networks, and gravity unites stars the way relationships unite people. Energy organizes into shapes and structures, whether it's a nebula, a body, or a community. The macro mirrors the micro, and the micro mirrors the macro. It's all the same movement, just seen from different perspectives. I'm realizing that nothing is truly created when I become aware of it. It has always been there. I am simply arriving to it, like walking into a room that has always been alive. The universe isn't expanding for me, rather, my awareness is expanding. Similarly, inner growth isn't about creating something new, it's about including more, remembering more, and becoming more conscious of what has always been there beneath the surface. In this way, becoming more godlike doesn't mean control or dominance, it means illumination and awareness. It's about seeing the whole without the need to label anything as better or worse, bigger or smaller. Comparison is what blinds us. When I cling to a fixed idea about myself or the world, I stop expanding. I force reality to fit my conclusions, and that leads to darkness, not from ignorance, but from the illusion of knowing. But when I stay open and release my grip, I grow. Life then becomes about inclusion rather than defense, curiosity rather than certainty, and compassion rather than judgment. I begin to treat myself with more gentleness, recognizing that I'm not a fixed entity but a living process, a constellation of every experience and memory. I am a dynamic galaxy of energy and memory. Just as galaxies are shaped by internal forces, my inner world shapes the outer world. My participation matters, and what I embody ripples outward. I am not separate from the painting. I am both a brushstroke and the painter. So now when I look out at the cosmos, I see not just something vast and distant, but a reflection of the intelligence and mystery within me. Universes within universes, endless zooming in and out, no true edge, no true center, just perspective. Perhaps the human experience is simply about remembering this truth, slowly awakening to the vastness of what we already are. I've called it magic, but truly it's just remembering. My nervous system once felt locked, driven by fear and scarcity. But when I stopped and allowed my body to relax, something shifted. Those miracles I once admired, like Christ turning water into wine, were not about chemistry, but about vibration. The same water, different focus. I realized that this power isn't bothered, it's inherent. I simply had to breathe, direct my awareness, and witness what was already alive. So now I don't manifest, I simply witness. The unknown is no longer frightening, it's just the next room in a giant game of hide and seek. Past me hid behind pride and ownership, but present me steps out and finds joy. There is nothing to defend, no map to cling to, just a gentle flowing presence. Every exhale returns me to myself.